There are two radically different views of the Trinity, and you've probably picked one of them without realizing that some of the people in the pews next to you have picked the other one. These two views are called Latin Trinitarianism and Social Trinitarianism. But before we can dive into the difference, we have to explain fundamentally, what is the Trinity? Well, to put simply, the doctrine of the Trinity states that the Father is God, the Son is God, and the Spirit is God. And in addition to that, the Father is not the Son is not the Spirit, and the Father is not the Spirit. That is, there are three persons of God who are each distinct persons, and yet there is only one being that is God. So how do we make those two things work together, the three persons of God and the one being of God? Well, the first attempt to do so is what's called Latin Trinitarianism. Under this view, God is one self. So God the Father could not really say to God the Son, you, because the Son is the Father. I mean, they're distinct in a sense, but there's only one self. One way to think about the different persons under a Latin Trinitarian view would be to think about the difference between I and me. Those may sound like the same thing, but I is when I'm viewing myself as the subject, whereas me is when I'm viewing myself as the object. The downside to Latin Trinitarianism is it comes dangerously close to what's called modalism, or this idea that essentially Jesus is just God the Father putting on a skin suit and coming to earth. That there really aren't three persons, there's one person of God who shows himself in three ways. The second view is what's called Social Trinitarianism, where Latin Trinitarianism focuses on the oneness of God. Social Trinitarianism focuses on the three persons of God. So here, each of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit have a distinct self. There's three selves within the Godhead, and yet they are so aligned in purpose and dignity and will that they are in some sense one being. Now, as you can likely imagine, the weakness to this view is that it almost sounds like polytheism or tritheism, the idea that we have three gods and not one God, when the Bible clearly says God is one. So, which view do you align with? Latin Trinitarianism or Social Trinitarianism? Let me know in the comments below. God bless, and have a great day.